Sometimes people get aggressive and stuff. I don't get aggressive. But yeah, and I've been able to fit in just fine. But it did happen to me once, though, that I did went out on a blind date with this guy, and we get to the place, and he's like, oh, so I'm gonna order some drinks, and I'm like, I'm sorry, but I don't drink alcohol, but I could drink water. And he's like, oh, you don't drink alcohol, then I don't think this is gonna happen. I'm like, excuse me? He's like, no, this is not gonna work out. I'm like, okay then, goodbye. And just like that.
I'm gonna be very honest with you though. I don't know if I would at this point date somebody that never drank anything. I'm not against it. I'm definitely pro, but I'm not sure if I do like the idea of having wine with a woman occasionally. I like to be able. It's by no means a necessity, and I don't even care if it would be once every month. But yeah, I do. For me, drinking is something that I appreciate.
Mm-hmm.
So having a nice glass of wine, having a little bit of whiskey, having a beer every now and then, I enjoy that very much. So that definitely, I do hear where he's coming from. I think it sounds like he came on very strongly, but
Oh yeah.
but he was also pretty straightforward. He didn't want to waste your time or his time.
Which I appreciated
Yeah.
at the end of the day, but it's just being that close-minded. Why can't we not just accept someone for who they are?
Well, I don't know if do you think that's closed-minded or that's just something that's important to him?
Why would alcohol, something that could potentially kill you?
Well, not if you have it in moderation.
I mean, come on. You're making the whole center of why I'm not even giving a chance to this woman the alcohol.
For some people, it's important. Like for some people, it's as you go out on a date, a lot of things do involve. You go to a nice dinner, a birthday. It's romantic. Having wine is a romantic thing.
Why does it matter? Like what I'm having. That's my question. Why would it be an issue? Why? It's not affecting your body. It's not changing your body. It's mine. So
Well, it's more
either
of a connection.
wine.
It's a compatibility thing.
You can become compatible of like so many things that you can have compatible with someone. So many things, other than just the simple fact of sipping wine or not.
You're coming from a very logical place, but I don't think the guy is necessarily wrong either. It's one thing if he was like, "Oh, well, you don't do meth? Screw that." Like, "Oh, you run around the neighborhood naked? Can't date you."
Like I said, acceptance though.
I think this is reasonable. I'll be honest with you. I think it's
Okay.
reasonable. I think both of you have points. I don't think he's wrong. There are some guys that wouldn't care. There are some guys that would. If he was like, "Oh, well, you don't drink every night, then I'm not doing it," I think that would be a little nuts.
Yeah.
But if he says, "Well, hey, like I said, I enjoy having a drink, especially with someone I'm dating." Yeah, it's nice to get a little loose with your spouse, or well, I've never been married, but still, I'm sure any married person can attest to that. It's nice. It's nice to have a night in and get a little loose, So I get it, but it's definitely not for everybody. Some people prioritize it, some people don't.
I guess it's just my specific characteristic or trait that I'm very independent. Anything that makes me otherwise, I try to eliminate it from my life. Because what? At the moment that you rely on something, you're no longer yourself. You belong to that one thing. So that moment when you start relying on alcohol in order for you to be able to be happy with someone, you belong to that specific thing.
I don't know
I
if it's
feel
that
like
extreme,
that.
though. I think there's a middle ground.
I do think so, because I don't see why not just give it a try. Why you gotta allow something to define? It's like the alcohol was making the decision for him. You see? But like I said before,
I don't know, Karina. I hear where you're coming from. I just don't know if it's that extreme.
I mean,
You can't see where he's coming from at all?
oh no, I do see it. I
don't know if I disagree with the guy.
No, I see it. And I totally understand. If no, I would have been like, oh, please just stay. I will drink some alcohol for you.
No,
But I didn't.
No, that's not something you shouldn't have
No.
changed morals, but
Yeah,
no,
who I am.
that's not. I don't think he even expected you to do that.
Well, I
don't
don't
know
know.
the guy, but-
I don't know exactly what is it that he wanted, but he was straight up expecting me to drink alcohol.
Well, yeah, most people do drink
Exactly.
alcohol, so it's
So, it was never a situation that I really cared about. The only reason why I really brought it up, it was because of the topic. I felt like it fit in the conversation, but it's not something that I allow to affect me. Because I don't think that whomever comes into my life tries to change or tries to make me feel bad or not accept me because of something I do not do should be in my life at all.